Hi, this is James Melendez, James the Wine Guy, here to talk about unusual reds. For me, it's really important to bring out the unusual quality of wines or the unusual unsuspected varietal or region and to bring it out in that highlight versus a highlight of esoterica. That's a word that I hear at seminars that I attend, and I think that word is really an unfortunate word because when you think about that word, it kind of connotes that it is for a select few, and that select few would connote that only certain people would enjoy this wine. And I think that's really unfortunate because I think all wines are to be enjoyed. And it's just the exposure to it is really what people need to taste and try and see if it's for them. It may not be. Maybe it is. It's just an expansive world. We have more wines and varietals and regions that are exporting, importing wines from around the world. And that's a fantastic thing because we wouldn't have had this, again, a generation ago. I was going to say 50 years ago. Well, you don't have to go that far. You can go just a generation and a half ago, and it would be very difficult to find these wines that we have right here. So I'll talk about each of these wines, and we'll talk about them in their own videos because I think they do deserve their own call out. So this is the first wine. This is Don Pascual. It's from Uruguay. It is a Tanat wine, 2010 vintage. Really super, super dark, almost a black ink. You would almost want to get a quill and write with this because it's so amazingly black and dark. Really good for food. This is a food wine for me. Now, this is a unusual, at least for us, it's not in Spain. This is Vera de Esteñas, and this is a Bobal wine, B-O-B-A-L, Bobal. So you can see that there, and this is a 2009 vintage. And for us, I mean, this is a larger production in Spain, but you just don't see a lot of it in the U.S. Now, this wine here is Elana Valch, and this is from Italy, Alto Adige, also known as Südtirol. This is from the Castel Ringberg, and it's a Reserva wine, 2006 vintage. A beautiful, beautiful wine. It's a grape that it's relatively rare, and really the mainstay is in Italy, northern Italy, in Alto Adige. This is a Plavac Mali. So Plavac Mali, think Zinfandel. So it does have a lineage to that, and so you have two grapes that compose this wine. One is really the father, and it's the mothership of Zinfandel, Cyrilana Kastelanski and Dobricic. So you have this wine here, 2005 vintage, Croatia. So these are unusual, but they're not to be made into the E word esoterica. These are beautiful wines. I've had them one time or another, and I still enjoy having them time and again. And for me, I just look for not just a special occasion or I think sometimes people are afraid to open up an unusual white or red wine because when will I get it again? Well, the answer is there's just many more wines that are being imported to the U.S. and even wines that are not necessarily imported to the U.S., but maybe a rare varietal are finding more commonplace in the specialty wine retailer in most major cities in the United States. And I think that's a really good thing. So we'll talk about these wines individually. And for more wine reviews, please go to jamesthewineguy.com. Please subscribe to my videos on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Vimeo, Google+, and Pinterest. Salud.